What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today working on a 2821 Dodge Ram Cummins 2500, and we're just going to do something simple to it. I'm going to show y'all how to do like oil change and fuel filters on this. Basically just a simple service. Haven't shown one of these on the channel before. I know that's a little dark, but pretty simple. There are two fuel filters on this one. There's one up on the engine, one near the tank. We'll get a light for y'all. There, you can see a little bit better. I'm going to put it underneath here just so we can see. But let me get y'all positioned and we'll continue on. Alright, so I'm going to start off with draining the oil. It's just a 3/8 ratchet square end. I got an extension, if I can show it on mine. I'm going to break it loose. Sometimes these can be pretty tight. Okay. And be warned, this stuff comes out extremely fast just for the size of the plug that is in these. I kind of keep it at an angle. And there we go. Just kind of like that. And we're just going to let this drain. Shouldn't take too long just because of the size of the drain hole on it. So once it gets finished draining, I'll close it off and then we'll come back and continue on with the filters. Okay, we got it in there. Now I'm just going to torque it down. Torque it to 35. Alright. And we've already wiped it off and everything. I will spray it with a little bit of brake clean before I lower it back down. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the rear fuel filter. I'll show you where that's at. Reason I didn't show it while I was draining is because I only have one of these big drain pans like this. It's like a stand-up style. So me turn y'all around and then we'll get to changing this rear one, then we'll get up and do the front one. Alright, so here's your exhaust, here's your drive shaft. You look straight up beside the tank, there is your fuel filter, and it does have a drain valve on it, so we're going to open that drain valve and let it drain. You can do it with your fingers. See how I did that? Zoom y'all in a little bit. Oh, come on, focus. Yeah, you can see how it's draining, and it's probably going to splash everywhere because it does go right on top of the drive shaft, so there's going to be stuff falling. I don't know why they put it right there. That's just where they put it. But we're going to let it drain before we pull the filter itself off. But the filter, you can always put a little hose on it too. I didn't think about that. But we're going to let it drain as much as possible, crack the filter, then open the drain back up so that it doesn't overflow onto us, because sometimes they have a tendency to do that. So it's just kind of a little tip to do. And I just use a 1 1/8 socket to break these loose. Get on there, see if I can see it. There we go. I'm going to take some of these extensions off just because it's a little harder. I'm trying to get in field of view of the camera. I'm trying to show y'all. And you can hear it gurgle a little bit after you break the seal. And then we can. Come on, I can reach it. And you see how it drains again? I'm going to be honest, you're not going to get away with getting a little bit on you. Most of the time you're going to get something on you as far as diesel fuel and stuff. Oil you can kind of get away with. But even after draining it like that, I still got it running down my arm into my shirt. So we're going to pull it out. And you can use a pick or something, but sometimes I can get my fingers in here. There we go. Alright. And here is, that was our filter. I won't say here because y'all can't see it. I'm going to go grab the new one. Alright, so we got a Dodge Mopar filter. And you just need to push it up in there and you'll feel it kind of click in. Alright. And then you do have an O-ring that you have to swap out on the cap, so we're going to do that real quick. You just use a little pick, go around it, and then just tighten it down. I got to look at the torque spec because I don't know what that is on this one. So torque spec is 22.5. We're going to go to 23. There it goes. And there we go. Now, I'm going to clean up the floor a little bit, and then we're going to go to the ones on the front and go ahead and change that filter, and then we'll do the oil filter as well while we're up there. So we are on the passenger side, and you go through the inner fender well right here, and there is your oil filter. And I'm just going to use one of these old style, just like grip style. You're going to need a little bit of a decent size one to get in there, and see if we can get in here. We have to move the light, might change your view, but see if we can get it on there. That one was tight. As you can see, it was really tight. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. And the way you got to feed this out is weird because of where it's located. It's hard to get your hand in there. I think you have to do it underneath, all through the suspension right here. You can go straight up and grab it. But I do have a pan down in there to catch anything that falls out. So once I get it out, I'll show you the new one and we'll put it back on. And I am going to pre-fill the new one up probably at least 3/4 of the way. So I forgot that this one has the little drain valley pan underneath it to catch all the oil that comes out whenever you take the filter out, and you have to go in sideways through that way. Let me move this light so it gives y'all a little bit more viewing. But I did fill it up about halfway. We did go with another Mopar, and I don't know how well y'all can see that, but that's your part number. It's 05083285AA, and then it's got MO-285. But I have like this little plug inside of here. That way whenever I tilt it, it doesn't drain out, and then I can get it up in there, pull this plug out. It comes out pretty easy. You can see. Just wiggle it a little bit. But you do have to fold it sideways and feed it in like this. I'm going to try to show y'all. I know I'm probably going to be all in the way, but I'll do my best. it in like that, and then you have to flip it up. And I rotate it and bring it back a little bit so I can pull the plug out. And I did lube up the seal. Just kind of have to start it by feel. Get my hand underneath it. Alright, I think I got it right there. Yep, there we go. Now I gotta get my dominant hand in there. If you really want to, you can put like a rag or something around your oil filter wrench, go in there and tighten it up, snug it up just a little bit. Just don't do it to the point where it starts to collapse the filter, because if you do that, it can cause too much pressure and stuff inside because it's dented, or you can even compromise the filter on the inside, and it could even cause stuff to break off. But I'm just going to put a rag on my hand and tighten it up as much as I can, like hand tight. This is what we're using. What the customer wanted to use is Rotella T6 1030 full synthetic. Takes 12 quarts, 3 gallons to fill one of these up. And once I get through filling this up, we will go and change out that other fuel filter. I've already put 2 of these 4-quart jugs in here. We're doing the last one now. And always check your oil before you start it up and everything, just to make sure that she is full. That was the third and final jug. Now I'm going to put the cap back on. Get on there. There we go. And it should be a little overfull just because we haven't started it yet. But I do want to check it real quick. Yeah, she's a little overfull just because I haven't started it and filled up the oil filter. So now, let's get to doing this other fuel filter. So here's top of your engine intake. Right down through there is your other fuel filter. So it does have a little drain, it's a little yellow knob. Twist that right there. This one has a hose and it does drain out, so you want something underneath there to catch it. And pretty much same process as the back. Take that off, and that torques to 30.5 Newton meters. I did the rear at the same torque because it does not have a torque spec on the cap or online or any of that stuff, so I went with the same spec as this. So it'd be like 23 foot-pounds. But we're going to drain this right here, pull it out, put the new one in. Let me show you part numbers real quick. This is the new filter. Get off of there. Alright. That's part number 681572918A, and then it has M0291. That one's M0285. And then where is the oil filter? Oh, 285 was the oil filter. I don't know. Because here's the other fuel filter, the little short one for the rear. Like I said, it's right there, if it will focus. 684-36631AA. There isn't no little 3-digit number on this one. It was on the filter, I think, but that's it right there. Let's get this one changed, and then I'll come back, close out the video, or actually I'll show you how to change your service light first. Okay, I'm going to go over what I use to do everything for this fuel filter, just because you wouldn't have been able to see because I'd been all in the way. First, long Phillips head screwdriver to break the drain valve. Then I used this shallow 28 on a 3/8 ratchet with like a 9-inch extension. Then got in there and torqued it with my torque wrench, and that was pretty much it. Let me throw these away. That's what we used to do all that with. New filters are in. Now, you need to prime the system several times to get it to fill all the way back up, and after you do that, then you can attempt to start it. But I'm going to get in here. God, I got hiccups real bad. But we're going to get in here and we're going to clear out the service light that needs to be cleared out. So I've already primed the system with the fuel. I just turned it on, let it sit there for probably about 10 seconds each time, and did that 3 times. But to change, clear the oil light, it says turn it to the on position without starting it, and then you're going to press the gas pedal, accelerator pedal, diesel pedal, whatever you want to call that, but press the accelerator pedal 3 times slowly within 10 seconds. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And it says it should be cleared. Alright. Still says fuel filter service needed, so we may have to go into it and change that. I have to figure out how to do that. I didn't see that in the thing. I haven't cleared that out, so let me figure out how to do that. To change the fuel filter, I just looked it up. You're going to go and put it on either the run or accessory, whichever one you want to. Then you scroll down until you're in vehicle info, and scroll over till you see fuel filter or oil. You can do oil also, but I've already set it with the pedal like I showed you earlier. On oil filter or fuel filter right there, press and hold the side arrow until you see the yes or no. Go down to yes, hit it, and it should automatically redo it. And that is pretty much it. Alright, since we got all that done, we're going to try to crank it now. Just let it run for a minute, you know, cycle through, check, make sure nothing's leaking, any of that stuff. You know, just go through, make sure everything is good to go. But I'm gonna hop out, look at it here in just a second. I'm gonna let it run for a few minutes. But that's pretty much it for doing oil and fuel filters on here. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. It was my first time ever doing one on a 21, so you had to bear with me a little bit. But I do appreciate y'all watching, and appreciate all the likes, comments, and subscribers. Also, if you haven't hit those buttons, hit them now. If you didn't like the video, look at other videos. I got 400 other videos you can check out on just about all kind of different cars. So, but if y'all got anything, not just pertaining to this, but any vehicle, hit me up on Instagram. I get there a little bit quicker than I do like messages on here, just because it does pop up as notifications on my phone. But like I said, I appreciate everything y'all do, and y'all remember, torque is tight. Y'all have a great day.